All right, this is Brian Welsh, high school health and PE teacher. And the main project that I came up with for my lesson plan was to come up with a challenge for our high school students to um, come up with an exercise and a diet or nutrition challenge that they could put out on social media, uh, similar to the ice bucket challenge and how much success that took off. And of course, that was for a good cause. This is more for the opportunity to get teenagers involved in making healthier eating decisions and or getting exercise in. And what the high schoolers are going to do is they're going to put together a 3 to 5 minute public service announcement video explaining their hashtag challenge, in which they will send out and try to see how many retweets or how many hashtags that they can accumulate. One of the things that the high schoolers will have to do is they will use a number of resources that I will put in a handout, like balancing the energy equation. That's going to be the main concept, is finding ways to balance the number of calories that you take in versus the number of calories that you take out or that you burn in comparison to something like the South Beach diet, which is something they'll use to research. Similar to the NFL Play 60 idea, the plan that the NFL uses to try to get kids to be active. MyFitnessPal is an app that people use to track calories coming in, and exercise that burns it. Some of the other resources that I would allow them to use will be, they'll be expected to use Movie Maker. And if you literally type in step-by-step instructions for Movie Maker, you end up with this Microsoft document here, and that's as a list of one of my resources. What we'll be doing is the students will actually be in the computer lab for 3 or 4 days. We will spend a day using the opportunity to research some of these other methods, some of these ideas, why they don't last. We'll have a library media specialist come in, teach us how to use Movie Maker along with the handout that we've got. And overall, they will end up using a rubric that I designed that includes the number of transitions the students have to have, including a title page and a credit or reference page. Video segments. Some of them will do live video of themselves, but they have the option to find video segments of other people in case they aren't comfortable being on video. They'll need still shots and text slides. And then the most important thing will be the content, which is part of my essential questions. Why are most of these programs short-lived? Why don't these programs last? Things like T25, things like the Subway diet. One of the things that I found that we struggled with was the amount of time that we had in the computer lab, and that was something that I talked about in my reflection, which was it takes time. I thought that Movie Maker was simple, but when you're talking about having to get the opportunity for the kids to take the video and find ways to import the video and having to do most of their editing at school, I thought about using something like Google Docs, but it was a struggle to try to have everybody on the same editor at the same time. So we tried to do as much of that at school. However, we do have a bring your own device agreement at school where the students can bring their own laptops, they can bring their own their phones, their tablets, and that turns out to be a huge thing. If I could go back and change it, I would get more time in the computer lab, or make it mandatory that they were using these other devices. But we had a really great opportunity to put them into groups using some of our LSPI data, our SLDS data on our teacher portal, to make sure that we were grouping some of the gifted students with some of the students that were less apt to with grades, with some of the lower performing students, with the opportunity to learn from each other and to take different leadership roles. Overall, the students did a really great job with it. We saw some great videos, and we finished up with presentations, having them blog and make comments similar to we do in the class, with acknowledging what's in the video, going back and building on those comments with personal experience, and ultimately finishing with creative, thought-provoking questions. So a use of social media with Twitter, using Movie Maker, finding ways to blog, to comment, and to learn from each other was really where this project strived. And I think that it was truly authentic and meaningful when it comes to some of the lifestyle diseases that the kids struggle with. And we really hit the standards on nutrition as well as the collaboration and the use of technology.